bunch of arc in my horses, so you guys that are standing here like this, that's kind of a little lazy on our part, and we're just going to see how our butt's wanting to move around all the time. What we're trying to do is get the shoulders to release and come forward. So you can just see the difference between me standing here and having her butt chase her around, and me just backing this much and getting that front end to come.
That's why the backing away helps, because you're getting them.
Yeah, it's just giving them a place to go with that front end. So she's really, really good here. And so then I'm like there on the lead, and I'm going to say, hey, follow my hand. And so that was pretty good right there. So I never really even had to touch her. Okay, and right there, she got good. I turn her loose and let her relax. Then I'm going to pick her up softly again and see if she'll follow my hand. So it's not perpetual motion. What we're going for here is a look and a feel and how she goes. And so here, her neck's up. She's got a lot of tension through her shoulders and through her body. Okay, and that's what I was talking about when you're riding her, in that turnaround stuff. So we want that to disappear. So I'm going to keep doing this until you can poop and move. So now we're going to find she's going to get a little perturbed, but not too bad. There. There. And so just like with, I don't know if you watched Kyla yesterday, sometimes, like here, if I just get a little wind, okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. But see there, I was lifting her up and asking her to soften. And notice when I turn her loose, she goes down. Okay, and so that's kind of contrary to what popular belief, which is pull their head down. And so to me, if I lift it up and get her to release, and then when I turn her loose, she goes down. And she finds where she needs to be, as opposed to pulling her down and her just feeling like she just needs to get up that way. And so by picking her up, there she should follow. I just take and shake that there and say, come through. I hold her until I feel that body kind of soften, and she stopped, but she softened and just dropped down. That is what we're trying to encourage here, okay? It's not just chase them around and wear them out. And you can see that, like, the change in her eye and how she's blinking and how soft she's getting. Okay, so that's where I want my horses to learn to come out and find that mental state as quick as possible. That's what I'm trying to do. And so my goal then would be like, say for that mare that you're holding there. I mean, she's busy, but she's learning how. She's learned how to come out and just say, okay, I've got a place to be. So I look at it this way. We've all heard of people having horses that would get scared or worried and lope until they destroyed themselves. Okay, so if a horse's mind can cause them to lope until they overcome their physical limitations, well, that same mind should be able to be trained to overcome some energy. And so that's what I'm doing here is I'm just saying, come out and just find this place. And so that's awesome. So that's what I was saying yesterday is my horses, I'll just pull one out and get them here. There, just that quick, okay? And so now she's dropping her head and getting really soft. So like right there, she leans on my hand a little bit, I back, get that front end to come around, and then I'll turn her loose again. And she kind of drifts off. Okay, and so this is when she starts, that was pretty cool. Because now look at her, okay? I let her make a mistake, and I say, come back here to me, and just look right there. She knows it's here. Okay, and so that's where the ground, I think, is so valuable for us, is because it can help us to learn that. And so now she's really good right there, and she's jigging, but she's a lot softer. So here, once again, see how here when I back away, it gives that front end somewhere to go, and then she softens and drops, and I'm like, okay, that's really good. And it's okay to pet them, contrary to rain or lore. Let them know. And so, and like right here, I'm just going to invite her with my hand, and she goes, and I'd like her to go just Stand just a little bit. There. Okay, and so just like with yesterday, when you guys were trotting around and you get one, we'd say there, and we kind of sit. It's the same thing here. I want to recognize and reward the proper response to my signal, and therefore I'm training my hand and my leg, which that's the way I think about it when I'm doing this. This is my rein hand and this is my legs. I'm riding my horse while on the ground. That's in my mind, that's what I'm doing here. And so now, she kind of drifts right there, lead tap, come here, soft, 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 beautiful. And then I just stop and I'll back here a little bit, give her somewhere to go. And I'm gonna give her a little slack, and then I'm gonna, okay, and so I'll do that right there, because I wanna see if she's for real. Okay, so I kind of gave her a chance. Now, if she passed that test, when I do that, she just needs to step forward and be kind of happy about it. Okay, so once again, for me, when they get, and this is the great thing about this too, is when they get silly, and like right there, I would, if she starts to get silly, I'd bring her back in here and stop her and say, get control of yourself. You know, that's like, you know, you kids, we don't do that here. We don't do that in our family, okay? Let's get control, let's get a grip, okay? Just because that's like, you know, being tired is not an excuse for bad manners. And so like that, and just like that right there. When I see this kind of stuff, and I really want to make a big deal about it, she's trying hard. So then once again, they can get you. Talking to you. Okay? I don't want to get a phone. I'd hate to get a phone call saying you got popped. And so be aware of that. And that's another reason why I'm kind of a big fan of the backing away thing. Because if I'm backing away, she can't get me. And I've had a couple of them kind of halfway, but not really. But if I'm standing here and going around her, I guarantee it. If she wanted to, pretty darn quick, she could lean into me and swat me with that right hawk. And I don't want to do that. So and you can see the difference in her response to me from here, I'm binding her up, to here, I'm freeing her up. And so how we ask is important. This is what we're asking. Just like that right there. She's got to learn. Don't have to play, get frisky, be silly. Just step through. And that's, to me, it's kind of a learned thing, because every time she starts to go, usually she runs into your hand. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so she's like, I don't really want to go because I'm going to run into your hand. And that's why the leading here and translating that to on their back, leading them with the bridle, the difference between me asking like this and me going here. So like right there, be aware of what you've got there. If you want her to move off, touch her face and make her move, and create some energy to make her move away. Right there. So now, touch her face. Now make her move away. Good. Okay, so always be mindful, and I guess that's one of the things there. Good. You see how that mare, it's almost like she's just reaching. She's trying to get long there. Nice, and then I just pet her right there. And see, and she knows the game. She's like, okay, and if like mine will get where they're working you. And it's kind of like training a cow dog. I don't know if any of you have, but them border collies, kelpies, those kind of dogs that are gathering dogs. When you're trying to teach them to balance up, if you're not aware of what you're doing, pretty soon that dog's teaching you how to balance up instead of you teaching the dog. So here, this is getting better. Now, she shook her head a little bit there, but she stepped in. And like I said, I don't normally let them lope, and I want her to free up, but I let her lope, and then I'm going to pick her up, and I'm going to say, okay, go, but you can see the tension in her body. I want her to yield. Not there. There. So she's got it. And so once again, this is where I say, come back and find that. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Now let's try that again. And I think too often when we're doing stuff, we get into that little bit of battle there. We want to win. We want to go. You know what? Sometimes we just got to find home base. Like that's better. When I'm just barely touching her right here, and you'll notice once again how much I'm backing away. I'm almost at a 90 degree to her shoulder and backing away because I'm wanting to encourage that right front to come to me.
Now, Jeff, if I wanted to start off two horses that have never done this, one's real old, one's about 8, would I start using a halter to do
Yes.
this, or should I start with?
I would. I really, when